systems are go. About 90 seconds before destination.
Mind you, we swore an oath of loyalty, but we are still senators. It's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
My legions are mustering as swiftly as possible. General Gaius Julius Caesar! Enough!
Friends, Romans, countrymen, welcome back to episode 2 of my Stellaris Roman Empire campaign. In the last episode, our very first ever colony ship touched down on the nearby exoplanet of the newly named Elysium in the Sirius system, which is, of course, adjacent to our home star, and also adjacent to that nebula you can see out in the distance, the Tianok Expanse, which we're currently kind of surveying. Now, we've just enacted to map the stars, so our science ships are now going to be going on full exploration mode. We do not want them getting bogged down with anomalies and things like that anymore. Instead, we want them to push out and really uncover what's out there in these different systems and uncover the hyperlanes to let us know where we need to protect, where we need to expand, and where we need to investigate. So you may remember we just finished an anomaly with the Agatha Daemon under Lucius Sornatius. He's uncovered 2 anomalies now, and we chose to get the minerals. So we ended up having over 1,000 minerals right now, and I noticed that back home on Terra, we've actually got a free build slot now as we've just hit 30 pops. Everyone's working, so no need to panic, but there is a little bit of crime creeping in for whatever reason, probably because the lower classes aren't terribly happy. So I think a perfect building to sort this out, even though it's not really a problem, but before it becomes a problem, I think Marmaricus Curtilia, our governor, is going to enact building a Senate house. This is going to cost us 400 minerals, which we just earned around 700 from that previous anomaly, and then it's going to get us a new senator job, increasing the governing ethics attraction, and also bolstering the ruler's political power on the planet. So I think it's a perfect building to get right now, and check that out. Of course, our civilian industry is now complete. We're making plenty of consumer goods, and we're also making a decent amount of minerals, which is fine as well. So let's move the Agatha Daemon under Lucius Sornatius and say, look, you've done your good job with the anomalies, but now it's time to survey. Everybody is going to be surveying. We're going to head out further east. So Sornatius is going to kind of get the whole Tianok Expanse. Gallus Acillus is going to go further out east, and then our other one, Gaius or Bilius, under the Hyginus, is going to go further out west. And that kind of covers all our areas. I think having 3 science ships is a pretty good amount, as we're sort of going everywhere. Now, our construction ship, the Numidia, isn't actually really doing anything. We're waiting on a certain amount of influence to be released so that we can now build a starbase. We need 22. We're earning 3 per month. So once we do that, we can then kind of get the 14 minerals here. I also just noticed that this is called Epsilon Eridani, and this is called 40 Eridani. I don't know how they relate to each other. Maybe we'll find out. This does have an archaeological dig site, so I don't know if there's any correlation or relation, or it's just a complete coincidence. That does seem a bit strange. Of course, we remember the Grunor Ruins is here, some sort of ancient life form that used to exist here 7 million years ago. So maybe they have a hand in that other system as well. Alright, I'll speed up time. There's nothing else for us to do in terms of construction ships. We have Terra being set and forget. We could go through policies, I guess, and have a look. Is there anything else we need to think about or look at while we're waiting for time to kind of go by here? Our trade policy, like I said, yeah, you know what? I think it's time, actually, to change this into growth and construction. Now, that's going to hinder the amount of energy we make. I might just get this energy up to 300 and then enact that. So we'll wait another month, and then our colony development speed is going to be increased pretty rapidly, the planetary build speed as well. So we'll just be building way faster, which should be great. Now, in terms of other policies, we're currently allowing robot workers. We're allowing population controls, although we're not enacting any. There is slavery, there is perjury if we ever come across other aliens. Our economic stance is that we have a regulated market. Oh man, I really need to read these. These are nightmare tooltips. I'm not going to do them during here, otherwise I'll be here forever. Do them in between. Our authoritative stance, centralized or federalized. Currently we have none. So these are things we're going to have to decide on. I might go through them in between episodes. I guess I should have done that beforehand. And then I'll kind of figure out maybe what makes the most sense and pitch it to you guys after I kind of, like, I'll summarize it for you guys and then maybe you guys can vote on it. I think that would probably make the most sense because those decisions are long-lasting effects, which I think a vote is well deserved. Alright, let's keep letting time play. Nothing to do with our fleets. Not really. Still waiting on the 3 more. So next month. Speaking of next month, we have also the 300 energy we need to finally clear the sprawling slums and eradicate all the problems, really, on Terra, seeing as we're in this economic boom right now. Marmarcus Curtilia, the governor of Terra, is going to commission that project and prioritize it above the Senate House, as it takes priority to remove those slums peacefully and uplift those people. Now, we've actually just gone into Alpha Centauri, interestingly, and there is a continental world here with 16 slots. This one has 14. I guess it's not slots anymore, it's size. That's a bigger world. We're probably going to go there next then. Because 14 was pretty small, the one to our west, but this looks good. And it orbits a gas giant. We are a moon of a gas giant. System doesn't look overtly hostile. Everything seems fine. How about what's going on in the east? Oh, we've reached another place. A tropical world. In the Zosma system. Haven't surveyed it yet, so we can't see, but it looks beautiful. And there's systems floating out in the ether in the distance. We've uncovered another archaeological dig site, and this time it is for a blinking world. Surface of the planet seems to blink occasionally, which is quite strange since there are no such activities around it that would make it do so. Dispatching an exploration team might be needed, and this is over at Zosma. So we just uncovered another archaeological dig over at Zosma. Wow, that's really close by. Alright, good stuff. So the Numidia can now build a new starbase out here, extend our borders out this way, and then we'll kind of try to grab all those minerals that are here and that little bit of energy. So now that we're also clearing the slums, I think we're going to enact that policy. I'm pretty happy with the idea of it. So the trade policy to growth and construction, and we should see our colony develop a lot faster as a result of that. And the colonization is going to be finished in 2208, so in about 3 years. And I remember actually before having a look at it, it was 2209 May. So I think we just shaved off 6 months-ish. Not so bad. Alright, we finished surveying 40 Eridani. I really was convinced there was going to be something here, seeing as it had the same name as Epsilon Eridani, but it seems not. There is an anomaly here. What is it actually? Is there a way to... There we go. Significant amount of debris in orbit around this gas giant. Most of it appears to come from long-lost starships. Yeah, see, there's definitely something going on in this place. Can't see the debris, but it's there. Surprised the gas giant hasn't sucked it down. We have a new tradition available. High capacity... So what do we want? This is research station output increased, research alternatives increased, leader experience increased, and cap increased, or POPs working research have their upkeep reduced. This unlocks the edict for research subsidies, which is an edict that gives us 10% research if you ever wanted to activate that as well. I'm going to go with leader experience gain is going to be increased by 25%, seeing as right now we're doing a lot of exploring. So in this age of increasingly advanced technology, a basic education in polytechnics and applied science will benefit all of our citizens. This will inevitably lead to more qualified leaders. Oh yeah, it is actually all leaders. It's not even just scientists, so that's good. Alright, we've actually got one unemployed pop here now. We've uncovered... not uncovered, I guess cleared out the slums, so maybe that's why, which is going to now give us a 4.09 growth rate. So we started with 3.30, so it's gaining a little bit, which is nice. The more pops we grow, the slower the growth becomes, though, as we fill up the planet, so to speak. Our carrying capacity, as we saw before, where do we see it here, is currently 115. But I think as we build districts, that number falls, I believe. I think so. We'll find out. Still kind of learning that system. The Senate House is under construction again. 190 days to go. And that poor unemployed pop will become a senator. So So there's 1,000 people unemployed waiting to take the reins of the Senate House. Zero-G refineries has been researched, giving us that 10%. So we could now go with nanomachines, nanomechanics even. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. It gives us 20% research to engineering. So advanced instrumentation allows for the study and practical application of physical systems at nanometric scales. There we go, 77 months to do that. Aulus was the first one to get his research done. Good on you. What a man. Oh, interestingly as well, we've actually just taken that tech, which is industry. He specializes in it, so our speed is going to be 19%, whereas the others are just getting a little 4% benefit, so it's nothing crazy. There's been a massive impact crater at this location in the Alpha Centauri system, which hints at something big collided with the surface of this moon once. Alright, we'll leave it for now. Let's keep time playing on fast. We've finished uncovering the territory here, which means we can begin the excavation if we wanted to, if we had a science ship free to do it. We're going to start building stations here, here, and then back here, in order of biggest to smallest. Actually, you know what, that's just not time efficient, so let's redo that. Not that any of this matters, but I don't want to do it wrong. Let's do the shortest routes we can, at least. Alright, cool. So that's 400 minerals it cost me to put down the 4 stations that we're going to be getting there. And then, of course, we'll finish off with the energy one on top of the star itself. This leader just gained a level. He's up to level 2. Sornacious. And could we be getting a new colony ship? I think we could probably prepare one. Yeah, it's going to take a while to make, so let's get cracking. Another anomaly out in the Zosma system. Although Zosma 3 appears totally desolate and devoid of life, our scanners have picked up on an encrypted signal emanating from it. It only takes 78 days. It's pretty tempting to check it out. Let's check it out. It's only 78 days, guys. Come on. A couple months. Nothing too bad. Nothing that Gallus Acillus can't handle. With his 35% research speed benefit. If we're going to land on this planet one day... Are we? Oh no, it's a tropical world. Sorry, I was getting confused. We might. I mean, tropical is not too bad for us. 50% habitability. A few technologies maybe, and we'll be living at large over there, I'd say, one day. Haven't come across a particularly big world yet. That's only a 13 size. Keep coming across moons. The Senate House is almost done, by the way. Looks like it's going to be about 2 weeks. The Senate House will be completed, giving us a new... So it'll be interesting to check the stability on this. So the Senate House, like we said, is going to increase the political power of rulers. So currently, rulers' political power is 21%, and they're 63% happy right now. So as we increase this, the unhappy workers that we currently have, which is actually quite a lot, probably because of the unemployment... should get diminished, and this should go up a lot. So we're at 60% stability. I'm hoping to see this hit 65. Let's see. It went up to 66 just as the building was finished. Excellent. So we have now 2,000 senators running this planet. So the pop approval rating went up to 32%. Yeah, so it went up pretty good amount. I think it's a hard increase that we've actually given it because there's some weird modifier thing to do with... It's not actually 25% increase. It's a more hard amount. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It does what it's supposed to, which is the same thing, essentially. But it probably doesn't quite add up to what we saw. Now, an issue here is these senators. They're expensive, and we are losing energy credits now because of it. But we have a dearth of food, so we could always just sell some food. And just cash in on making more energy. I think what I'll do is just trade some away monthly. And say that, yeah, well, we can sell 15 food monthly. And that should do pretty good. Love Labor's Lost. Having decrypted the signal, so he's finished the anomaly here that took a couple months. Having decrypted the signal, Gallus Acillus was astonished to discover it was broadcasting in an archaic form of one of the main human languages, speaking in these thous and whenceforth. It appears to be reciting one of the lost works of Maiolaenus, a renowned human playwright who lived some 600 years ago. It appears that the broadcasting device, a simple satellite dish protected by a small shelter, is the only non-natural structure on the planet. There's no hint as to who left it there or why, but going by the wear and tear on the evidence, it must have been there since shortly after the play was first written, long before humans learned the secret of space travel. We can only assume it was left there by ancient visitors to Terra, who took a liking to the play and decided to pay our species a strange and unexpected tribute. Further evidence of the superiority of the human race, which will give us unity and happiness, or abhorrent. Suppress this nonsense about alien visitations. Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it one bit. I don't believe it one bit. Give me that influence. Alright, we're up to nearly 200 influence now. So Alpha Centauri is complete. Our science ship out here is done. So let's continue to survey out this way. And we need to send our construction ship to kind of gather these things. I don't know, should we do it now? I guess it'd be not a problem to make another construction ship. Oh yeah, we're already making the colony ship. Well, I guess we can't do anything then. It's fine. Our research is complete, the biodiversity studies. So he has a benefit to bureaucracy and governing, but I don't see anything like that. Tile blockers for dense jungle and impenetrable taiga. So just really quickly, if we were to check Elysium, it does have dense jungle on it, so it might be nice just to grab that while we're here. Pop growth speed is pretty nice though. I think that is probably preferential. So let's do that. Another anomaly, the ancient shipyard at Zosma 5. An ancient orbital shipyard drifts in silence above this world. It has suffered significant battle damage and entire sections of the facility are missing. Leave it for now. That'd be so terrifying if we were like, oh, we found planets where people visited Earth and we didn't know. And not just that, we're surrounded by debris and battlefields. Like, surrounded in terms of local star systems, I guess. The closest ones are all, like, ravaged. You'd just be, like, so confused as to what has happened at the immensity of complex life around you and their scale. It'd be insane. Well, we're done at Zosma. Let's keep going east. And Gaius Orbilis is done at Vega, so he's going to head, I guess, down this way. We still have mapped the stars active, which is why we're leaving many of the anomalies behind, and we'll come back and get them, as well as the archaeological digs. This will be nice to go grab a new archaeological dig here. They can end up giving you lots of cool stuff, depending on what we find. Alright, we've opened up another way up and around. We did see some... Oh no, we have... Did we? Oh yeah. We want to go here if we wanted to get there. Yeah, we're starting to uncover the hyperlanes. Okay. Wow, we are actually growing pops really fast. We've already gotten another worker. Well, seeing as energy has been getting just a little bit tight, maybe we can invest into a new generator district. Now, that's going to slow down the pop growth that we're currently enjoying because we're filling up districts on the planet. But it's either that or just sit with unemployment for this long. I don't really want to do that. So let's get commissioning a new engineering district. Remember, this building only provides one job. You know, that's something you have to think about in terms of you need 5 pops to get a new build slot, but we're only, you know, putting one new job down, so it gets a bit messy. But things are looking good. We're still well within the Empire sprawl. Everything's fine. Well, we might have to do bureaucracy offices in future at some point. Now, something else that we have the capability of doing is distributing local or luxury goods, increasing amenities by 25% and the immigration pool. I think I'll do that once our new colony is up and running, which looks like it's going to be underway pretty soon. Let's change song. I do have some of the Stellaris songs turned on in that playlist, so we should come across a few. The colony ship is done, which means now it's time to build another construction ship. Colony ship is going to get moving to Alpha Centauri. This guy is going to stop what you're doing and head straight there now to build a starbase. So by the time he gets there and builds the starbase, the colony ship should get there as well, I think, just about. And this colony ship will get settled on, what was the name of this? Oh yeah, we have to name it ourselves, of course. So let's just go like this and just enter orbit for now. So it's on the way. And the new, wow, that new construction ship is done already. That was super fast. That was super fast. Oh, I shouldn't have canceled this at all. This guy can just stay here and finish what he was doing then. God, that was so fast. I thought it takes like a few months. Let's have a look. Construction ship takes 44 days. All right. Okay, wow, it's really, really quick. Okay, well, in that regard, this construction ship can just go off there and do the same thing. And it should get there ahead. I think construction ships are faster than colony ships. Yeah, it's gaining. It's gaining on that colony ship. All right, cool. Good stuff. Let's speed time up. Let's keep going. Roman Empire expands and prospers. How's our guy doing now? He's 47. All right, all good. And what is this? Our diplomatic weight. Of course. We won't be kind of encountering that for a while, but that is pretty interesting. And from our current policy, we are getting, yeah, extra minerals and food from the trade that we earn. So that's why energy is kind of low, but it's interesting to see that food is only barely sustaining with that. So we should invest into food as well, I guess, in future. Seeing as we're growing pretty fast. Alright, we've arrived. The construction ship is only barely ahead. It's going to take some time to build the outpost. There's signs of life, or life signs, out at the Markab system, and this is Gaius Orbilius, which is to the west. We have detected life signs coming from somewhere beneath the barren and lifeless surface of this moon. What manner of organism could possibly live there? Okay. What have we got here? Just some sort of colorful gas giant, nothing special about it. Alrighty, everything's going pretty swimmingly, I would say. Albeit a little slow, but yeah, we haven't encountered anyone yet, or anything, any intelligent signs of life. We just keep coming across debris fields and life signs. But actual intelligent life is being quite elusive, as it currently stands. Let's keep going this way. Having actually some alloys that we could gather out here. I wonder, is it on a molten world? Yes, it is. Nothing special about it, though. As I was saying, these worlds are rare, that we come across the rare worlds that we can consecrate gods to. Alright, so we're going to head up into this system. Catch what's left behind. Colony ship is waiting for the borders to extend. The borders will extend any moment now. There we go. Alright, colonize. This is going to be called Regium Hyperborea Colonia Emerita Hesperides Acaruzia Colonia Triana. I don't know. Caledonia. Let's go for it. I like that. I was thinking of naming a planet Alexandria as well. I'd be interested to see. I haven't got to read your comments yet. I read them every 3 episodes, basically. So I look forward to seeing what people are going to say in terms of naming planets and things as well. So if you have ideas, toss them out. Governor Marmericus Curtilla has gained a well-earned reputation as a crime fighter. Excellent. Man, what a governor. -25. He's righteous. Good man. No crime on this planet. Never again. Love to see it. And we've just developed the... Excellent. So we have the engineering district all set up and good to go. We've already got the pops working it. Okay, so this guy can commission building everything out here. There's 6 trade value out here, so we can finally set up our first trade route back to Sol once we gather that trade with the planet. There's no trade value out at Sirius, and Sirius is almost finished. Elysium. Alright, so for Unity, faith in science pops with research have their upkeep reduced by 25. Working research. I'm going to go with research alternatives. I'm going to be honest, I don't fully even know what that means. I just feel like it gives you an extra option for research. I think that's what it is. The number of science and medical officers has been increased throughout the fleet, organized into a special science division. To support this corps of officers, new training programs have greatly accelerated the rate at which we commission new science officers. Alright, let's bang it out. Getting close to our first ascension perk. We've got our technology research. Quantum theory took the longest. Octavia Banty is falling behind, but she's done now. So she has particles is her thing. So maybe let's go with blue lasers. Just because we'll do it faster. Or we'll just go with research speed 5%. I think that's probably better. Administrative AI, organizational circuitry, rerouting academic fervor. Anything that's going to boost research like that I think is always good to get early on. And it also is cheaper as a tech, so it'll complete a little bit faster. It does currently take 100 months though. That is, or 92. It's quite a lot.
Anomaly detected.
An unidentified object at the Arcturus 3A system. This is Sornaceous. This should be deep in the nebula. That's just on the tip of it. 65 days to do. A small rectangular object on the surface of this moon is deflecting all scanner beams like a mirror. Our sensors are unable to determine its material composition. Yeah, let's check it out. It's only going to take 2 months. It's a short amount of time. Again, he's carefree. His anomaly research speed is amazing. And he's almost finished it already. It won't take him long to figure this out.
We have conquered another world.
The colony of Elysium has been established in the Sirius system. Excellent. Excellent. Alright, so what he's uncovered is an alien mural. While conducting surface scans of Arcturus 3A, Science Officer Lucius Ornatius and the crew of the Academon discovered what appears to be artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They've not detected any other signs of alien activity on the moon, and exactly how this mural came to be here is still a mystery. We've prepared a special project to translate the text. Fascinating. Translate the alien mural. How long is that going to take?
Updated.
Has one scientist... Oh, so, okay. $180 days. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit too long for my liking. We'll come back and figure it out. It's fine for now. We want to keep going. So just finish surveying this area. Queued him up for a while. Alright, the Numidia is still complete. Just trying to think, where do we want to go next? We have 200 influence. We could enact information quarantine, increasing stability, veneration of saints, increasing priest output. We won't waste our influence just yet. I think we'll expand to Barnard Star and then to 40 Eridani. We want to make sure that we're not going to be hemmed in by any problems. Interestingly, at Rana, there's actually the ruins here. Ruins cover Rana 3, but oddly the blast patterns seem to indicate that vast nuclear explosions occurred underneath the surface rather than from the atmosphere or orbital bombardment. This warrants further investigation, but it will require an archaeological dig to figure out what happened. That's interesting as well. So we've got a savanna world, and we also have a tundra world. So let's check out the tundra world really quickly. No special modifiers. It's got an active volcano, noxious swamp, and a massive glacier. Some fungal caves. Okay, nothing crazy, but a decent amount of minerals can be built here, which is not bad. And then here we have also, that was weird, you could just hear like elephants. Also no unique modifiers, some blockers, nothing crazy in terms of what I'm seeing. A salt desert though. Alright, so we got more stuff. This also could be good for minerals or energy. So Playful Ruins. Impressive structures litter a small area on the surface of Avalam 3A, practically begging for some archaeological work. This isn't a dig site, I don't think, but it's just an anomaly. We'll leave it. Continue our mapping of the stars. So that's all the way out here. Alright, let's keep pushing south. Don't think I'm missing anything too much. Don't think so. So how's Terra doing in terms of its population? It's fully grown up, or to fit all of the current available jobs. Next pop is... So, because Elysium has now been set up, they're taking some of the growth away. So it's 4.26 growth here, whereas Terra is now reduced heavily down to 2.24. We can also run a decision to distribute luxury goods here. It's going to be much cheaper because there's not many people here. And it's going to increase the amenities and immigration pull. So we're going to go from 4.26 to... I think we need to let it tick over for a month or something. Maybe. But that should increase amenities just slightly. An immigration pull, which I think is pretty hefty here. 1.75 from immigration. So let's see in a second. It should tick over, I think.
Construction online.
No, it didn't. Okay, well, I don't understand that then, but fair enough. Immigration pool is increased, but maybe it's at its max. That could be it. I don't know. So this planet isn't the best in terms of districts. It doesn't have that much going for it. It was just the closest one we saw. It's got 15 district slots, so it could just be a place to house people and another place to grow populations and distribute them elsewhere. It does have dense jungle. Other than that, I don't think we really need to commission anything. We'll build one district just to create some excess housing early on. Alright, let's speed up. So we have our trade value here. I think that trade value is automatically collected when this becomes a proper star base, a star port. So let's do that. I think that's how it works. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. And that way we should get that trade value, and that will get rerouted back to Sol, either through Barnard Star or through Sirius. So this construction ship is done. We're going to get that system. So let's head out to this one. I want to get this one next. Can't get it right now. We need more influence, but that's because we don't have this one yet. So it'll be cheaper once we get there. System finished. All right. Now we're going pretty far. Look how far away he is. Holy crap. He's covered like, I don't know, a fifth of the distance of the galaxy, maybe a sixth. Alright, looking good. Things are unusually slow. I thought we haven't come across any hostile aliens or alien empires. Like no aliens even guarding systems or anything like that, or automated machines. Nothing. It's been a little slow. Alright, let's build on Barnard Star while we're here and get this construction. Actually, this construction ship can go here. This one can go here. So extend that way. And you build here. There we go. Okay, good stuff. Science ships are doing their thing. They're level 3 right now, all of them, which is nice to see.
Anomaly detected.
Acela 4A in the Acela system.
Anomaly detected.
We've got 2 different anomalies there. We're going to have to slow down time if I want to read these. So we've detected life signs coming from somewhere beneath the barren, lifeless surface of this moon. What could be there right now? We read that already for a different one. The planetary body of Trab 2A appears to be covered in some manner of grayish substance, possessing strange properties and varying metallic composition. It's called gray goo, so I'm guessing that's a bit of a concern. We'll look into that later, but that makes you think that there might be nanites or something on this planet. They're covering the planets in nanomachines. Doesn't look like it, though. Nanite worlds have a specific look to them, so it doesn't look like it. Now, how's our species doing? Could we set any new rights for them? How's their citizenship? So it's full living standards. It's currently in a stratified economy, which if they wish to better their lot in life, they will have to work for it. Now, we could start distributing some sorts of social welfare or decent conditions. Decent conditions is kind of nice. Considering we have so much excess of consumer goods, I think I initially said that I was kind of planning on doing this. This increases the amount that it actually, hang on. Sorry, we're at stratified. Yeah. So it increases the amount that workers get. It keeps rulers and specialists the same. And it actually lowers, it slightly increases what the slaves get as well. So it's a little bit of an increase to workers and slaves. So let's do it. It also costs more, obviously, to do that. But I think it'll be worth it to get that little extra stability out of those guys, because the lower classes are pretty unhappy with us. Alright, let's do that. So I think happiness should... we're up to 66 again. That's a pretty good number. I think that's pretty high. Our pop approval rating is 51. The workers are now at 42%, which isn't so bad. And if we wanted to investigate and see what's making them unhappy.
Detected.
Hang on. What hums in the night? So this one's challenging, 250 days. There's a pattern of unusual sonic activity on Ascala 3. Pretty standard.
System scan complete.
It's my favorite Stellaris song.
Construction online.
Alright, things are flying by now. Atmospheric anomaly. at the Trap 3 system. We'll leave it for now because we know that we're just not going to get any of these. So we'll read them when we're going to do them, rather than reading them and then waiting and then forgetting and coming back and reading it again. This construction ship is not doing anything anymore. It doesn't really have much to do. I guess heading out to Procyon and pushing out this way would be a good idea, though. So let's do that. We'll leave this here. We can get it later. You know, we're not in any massive hurry. Although I suppose getting another colony ship up and running would be nice. Now I do believe that costs 200 alloys. So maybe... No, it's... Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's commission one right now. And that'll be 4 colonies all set up and running. Not the best planets, though, if I'm going to be completely honest. They're not big. You know, Sol is actually the biggest... Well, Sol is 16. Elysium is 15. Caledonia is 16. So yeah, Sol is actually... Sorry, not Sol. Terra is one of the biggest. The biggest, joint with our newfound Caledonia. Construction complete out at Alpha Centauri. Construction complete there. Let's grab all of these minerals. Just queue all of that up. So we have the Numidia and then the... What's the other one called? The Ruthenia. Alright, good. Now what we can keep doing as well to boost our growth slightly is actually just move pops manually if we wanted to. Don't forget we're also selling food every month. Currently the rate is 1 food goes for 0.7 energy, so we're selling 15. Not going to do the math on that, but that's giving us monthly trades 11. There you go. It's giving us 11. Alright. We haven't built any extra ships into the actual military fleet, but we haven't really come across anything yet either. Let's have a look. What was a bile green colored nebula, part of the nebula I should say. Nothing crazy in here though, it doesn't seem like it. Cold wastes, let's leave it for now. So let's check some of these areas. I'm just curious to see if they're going to have any unique modifiers that we can do anything with these. It doesn't seem like it. I'm checking for here. I was so certain that might have been something that was quite bright. Nope, pretty standard dead system, to be completely frank. What about Epsilon Indi? Another... No, it's Eridani, sorry. Okay, it is different. There's actually 2 binary brown dwarfs here, and then it's a trinary system overall, I guess. Again, nothing too crazy. What's this? Per quality minerals here, okay. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I'll have to go through all of these just to make sure we're never missing anything. An iron planet, which extra minerals. But if it's not habitable, it doesn't really give us much. Alright, let's keep ending it. Sign ship out here is done. Alright, we're going to cut in. Instead of kind of going that way, we'll wrap back around. I'm kind of curious as to what's here.
System surveyed.
These are all part of the same sector. So Elysium, how's it doing? It's growing at a rate of 4.24 per month. That's pretty good. Gonna fill up that clerk job, deliver more amenities. Our district is built. Good. Everything is pretty... I mean, 73% stability. This place is pretty damn good. Seems like we do have an issue with our low class in terms of happiness. So we're actually about to hit our Empire Sprawl for the first time. Once we hit 35 pops, I think I will build a new admin office, or we could build... we should get increased admin cap when our specialists turn into senators here. So that might help. Colony ship is done, the Gracia. Head out to that system. Sign ship is done in Escala. Let's head out this way. So we are flying through surveys now, which is great. We're still mapping the stars. I don't know if you can see how long it lasts for, or when it expires. Nope. Or if you can, I don't know where you look. Ah, we've got a nice little pocket of territory up here. Not much resistance. We need a or a construction ship to come down. Just build one more. 3 in total, I think, is probably the most we'd ever need. And now with the extra alloys, can we build here yet? Hang on. Strategic resource discovered. The Posinius has discovered a previously unknown strategic resource on Ostishi, dubbed volatile motes. These preternatural particles contain a tremendous amount of energy, which could be exploited in energy production as fuel or even as explosives. While we don't yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over the system for future exploitation. 2 volatile motes there. They're going to be used in weaponry, I think. Yeah, if this guy's not doing anything, just come out here and build a starbase. Instead of making a new one. Let's cancel that. I think 2 is fine then, because actually we'll only need 1 out this way and 1 this way probably. Alright, do we need to use this influence for anything else? I don't think so. What's the technology? Technology's a little slow. Feels slow to me anyway.
System scan complete.
Alright, we'll just skip that for now. We'll have a look at those later. When we decide, when Map to Stars is finished, we'll return internally to uncover the anomalies that we've left behind. Alright, there's 2 more systems to go in this kind of nebula. The central system, so let's head towards that. Hey, we've got a Unity tradition again. We're almost done with it. So databank uplinks, research subsidies, or POPs working with research have their upkeep reduced. Let's do the databank uplinks. High capacity quantum bands dedicated to databank transfers make possible virtually completely synchronous research operations across vast distances. Okay. It's just a bunch of buzzwords. That gives us the option to do the edict to increase research, but it costs 200. Yeah, that's a lot. No point really just getting 10% now, I don't think.
Anomaly detected.
Okay, unusual energy readings. We'll reconvene with that later. There is a lot of anomalies. If we open up our situation log, we have just so many to have a look through. Excuse me. System surveyed, anomaly. Leaders are gaining levels. Okay. Says they're gaining levels, but they're all level 3, so... Alright, just leave it. Wish I could tell them, just leave it. We'll get back to them later. Alright, construction is complete out here. So our mineral intake is now up to 62. Pretty high. For the current situation, I think. Don't know if we want to expand anywhere else. I guess it'd be great to get the alloys out this way. So let's just begin heading that way.
System charted.
Still no evidence of life anywhere. Let's just keep going. We're done with Ostishi. This is crazy. We've got a huge patch of territory to ourselves.
Anomaly detected.
Encounter in Yaragana. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in Yaragana system. These strange objects have been flagged as a beta menace. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. Where the fuck is the Yaragana system? Enigmatic spacefarers. Terra is in an uproar following the news of unidentified ships sighted in the void. Their intentions unknown. It would be prudent to assume the worst. Well, let's have a look at what's going on. Is it up here? This is the Yaragana system. Oh, damn. What do we got? Alien space stations. And then this is an actual space station. Alright, someone owns this territory we're in right now. We're probably going to get booted out. What the hell is going on here? It's a toxic world. Yikes. It's ravaged. What else is going on here? Nothing too much. What is this? Oh, is that this? That's... I don't know what that is. Oh, it's just another space station. Okay. Alright, well, we're here. We're on... evasive. It's not hostile to us yet. So that gives us something in our situation log to kind of understand these things, doesn't it? Yeah, 19 months to uncover this. I think we should just go for it. What are we currently researching? Pop growth speed? Yeah, let's do it. It's going to take 19 months, so a year and a half. I think it's worth it to know what the hell's going on here. There's no point wasting time surveying something if they own it already. Let's go out this way. We'll have to see what we come across. It could be deadly. It could be friendly. Spoke too soon. I guess I was just in the middle of saying, like, we haven't come across anything yet. There's one... How close is that? Right there? Presumably they're in here, or somewhere nearby. Not that far. Yeah, I guess it's a pretty good distance. You could expect something down here then, maybe, if we're looking at equal distances. Alright, I'm sending the construction ship down this way to set up planetary... You know what, actually? What's really important now is to get this as a choke point, now that we know that there's life out this way. But we want to put the colony ship and get it started, put it down. Prince Tiberius Caesar seems to be approaching the limits of his abilities. He now has the arrested development trait. What is that? His leader experience gain is negative 1,000%. Well, that's not good. Prince Tiberius is getting pretty lax. That's a damn shame. Oh well.
System charted.
What level was he? He's level 2. He's always going to be level 2. That's lame. What does it even? What do levels even give you? Edict duration and monthly unity. Wow, I never knew that. Okay. Things are heating up now. Science ship's not doing anything. Oh, so we finished the Sigma Draconis system. The last one is up here. And then we're going to do everything we can to build out our territory this way. We want to grab the archaeological dig in the world. Maybe we can even push further to get Regulus's little bit of alloys out there. So we can't colonize that yet. Caledonia is just about to be finished, though.
Colony founded.
And there we go. Imagine having your entire sunlight blocked out by a gas giant that you're immune of. Alright, let's get building. We'll build the first city district again. And nothing to clear here. Again, kind of a district barren planet in terms of special features. Stuffy mangroves. In this warm and very humid region, diverse life thrives.
New technology discovered.
Terra has unemployment. We got a new build slot pretty soon. Let's go with food. Alright. Terra, Elysium, and Caledonia. We'll have to get a new name for this one. I like the name Alexandria, but I don't know if I believe that this place is fitting. Who knows? We might do a renaming. We might rename these places in future, based on comments and things. If we see some good names. All right, let's leave that for now. We could kind of think of it as like, well, the initial stages of the colony has its name, but we're going to name the planet officially later. Maybe let the people decide, the people that live there, you know. So we've finished our engineering technology. Actually, what did we just get? I just kind of skipped over that. Oh yeah, nanomechanics, cool. So we can get coil gun, which brings us down the kinetic weapons path. We have a bonus for industrial stuff, so I'm going to keep going with mining station output. So we get 21%, big increase to doing this kind of thing. It's much quicker. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking weapons sound pretty good right about now. Weapons sound pretty damn good.
System scan complete.
Let's leave it for now. I really should have marked the date that we took that edict, because otherwise now I just never know. Oh, it lasts until it's cancelled. Oh. I've been saying it's going to wear off in 10 years. This just lasts forever? Huh. Yeah, they all last until cancelled. Well, that's weird. Even the research? That's crazy. Huh, it's like a gavel, so it's like, yeah, it's just like passing a law, almost. But why not make it a policy then? I don't know, that's a strange thing to me. I don't know if a mod is affecting that or not. Oh! Edict capacity. It's the total number of edicts that you can have. Oh! Alright. That's kind of an interesting mechanic. I didn't know that. Yeah, cool. Alright, I'm down with it. I think I'll go with research, if we can, but I can't do it right now. We need the influence. That's pretty cool. So apparently we'll go over our Empire Sprawl if we enact it too soon.
System charted.
Alright, build a starbase. Starbase has been built out there. System is charted. Let's keep going. Sorry to those who may have picked up on that quicker than me. We've also finished getting the Wasat system, so let's go further around. Let's go this way if we can, guys. Don't want you getting caught by some territories or something. How are we doing? Researching. So we're going to find out in 3 months what the hell's over here and what we've encountered. We're furiously researching about the Beta Menace. They possess a language, we have to decipher it. We're getting signals right now. We need to figure out what's going on. Alright, construction ship is done. Let's move to here. Let's build a starbase. Construction ship is done out here, which means... Oh my god, it's beginning. Communications established. After successfully translating their language, we've established communications with the Tyreen Republic. Diplomatic channels are now open, and all hostilities have been terminated. I'm pretty scared. Oh my god, here we go. Are we playing music? I don't hear anything right now. Yeah, just really quietly. First contact with the Tyreen Republic. I speak for the elect Tetrana and the wealthy elite of the Tyreen Republic. Your alien ways are objectionable to us, but perhaps we can still engage in limited trade, assuming your inferior civilization produces anything of value. Alright, this is a plutocratic oligarchy. They're hegemonic imperialists. They're authoritarian, much like ourselves. They're xenophobic, much like ourselves. They're materialist, not like ourselves. And they're fanatic anthropocentrism. We're regular anthropocentrism, so we're not fanatics. Now, this is an interesting one for the first one for us to come across. So we can say, greetings, you walk the path of heresy. Wow, we have loads of options. I don't think it does anything, though, regardless of what we choose. Your kind will not threaten our emperor. Our first alien encounter. The news that we've encountered intelligent life for the first time has shaken our society to the core. Leaked footage of these bizarre creatures is spreading through media outlets across the Roman Empire, and many citizens have been gripped by panic. Rioting has been reported in several cities on Terra. The strange Xenos appear to have achieved a level of technology similar to our own, and they are clearly spacefaring. Whether they regard our great species with fear, hatred, or cold indifference is anyone's guess. We should assume the worst. That's our xenophobic response to that. Strategic resource information. We know that there's a new strategic resource in the territories of the Tyreen Republic. So they have a very small amount of territory. Well, what do they got? They have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 systems. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 3 colonies up and running. They don't have any. So, feeling pretty good right now. Let's check about them. Alright, so they are overwhelming in terms of their fleet power. Of course, we haven't done anything with our fleet. They are equivalent in terms of technological level and equivalent in their economic level. If we're to learn more about them, they're called the Haitian. So let's zoom in on their world and hide our outliner for a second. So this is their world. A sort of desert, tidally locked planet, it seems. Looks like they live on the Arctic part of it, maybe. Alright, so the Haitian. They have a desert preference. They're extrasensory. They have twins. They're traditional Oh, sorry, I know what to do. Let's go to the species tab and look at... there should be a way to see... Not my own. There we go. Oh, there's 2. Of course. I actually genuinely forgot that. Okay, so let's have a look at the Haitian. So, on their tidally locked homeworld of Tyreen, there is no night and day. Instead, there is vast desert and ice sheets that cover the majority of the planet. The central habitable band is where the majority of the Haitian reside, though in the southern dark hemisphere, the Picari, another intelligent life form, was thriving. The Haitian have long feared the Picari, but eventually, after several long conflicts, the Picari's numbers were reduced significantly, allowing the Haitian to totally subdue the species, enslaving them. So the Haitian are extrasensory. They have an additional method of perception beyond the physical senses. They exhibit a seemingly intuitive understanding of ongoing situations. There's twins. Members of the species are always born identical twins. They're traditional, like us, and they're aristocratic. Members of the species deem that they are of noble birth. They always claim their rights. And then they have the Bakari. There's no description for these guys. This is their subservient species. They have the slave gene. Species evolved alongside a second, more advanced xenophobic species who ruthlessly enslave them to do most hard and dirty jobs and apply strict control over their population. So these guys also have the desert preference. They also have the twins. I guess this is an evolutionary thing between them. They have a carapace. The species has a hard carapace. The carapace protects them not only on the battlefield but also in the mines. They're small, bug-like little things. Members of the species are small relative to other species. They can grow to be a few dozen centimeters long. Wow, that's really small. Centimeters? That's really small. I don't know about that. Blind. Species cannot perceive in the visible light spectrum. Is invisible light to them. It did say they lived on the dark side. So there you go. Where their current rights are chattel slavery for us if we were to obtain any of them. Alright, so we have our first contender, I guess, on the galactic stage. Pretty similar to us in regards to what they could have been. They actually have the Imperial Senate, as do we, which means they also have senators. But they have Republican ideals, whereas we are more of a monarchy. And then they have the slave race, meaning that they start with 12 pops being of another subservient species. And they live on tidally locked worlds, but they do have a desert preference. So I think that's because of their origin. They are twilight denizens, giving them a 10% habitability because they started out on a tidally locked world. But ultimately, they prefer deserts if they can, which you can see. Well, I stand at a fork in the road. What the hell do we do with these guys? I don't like the fact that their fleet is obviously a lot stronger than ours. That's a cause for concern. So I'm trying to think of what the first debate is going to be in the Senate. It's going to be a little while before I'll get to react to it. One more episode, to be correct. Which I think does give us enough time. We have some time before we have to really engage with them. But I'm going to put it to the vote, guys. The first vote is going to be, how do we handle the Tyreen Republic? I'm not going to come up with the options just right now off the top of my head, but that is going to be what the question is. How do we approach or handle the Tyreen Republic? Remember, the votes are going to be on my Twitter. The link to that is going to be in the description, and it's going to be in the top comments. You guys can vote on how we handle that and see the results when I get to them. In about the next 2 episodes, I think. So not the next one, but the one after that. The results should be there. And we will act on that based on the information we had. Alright, so that is the Tyreen Republic. Very eager to see what they do. They're not very big. And like I said, it would only take them a couple jumps to get to where we are at that choke point. They have no need for a tropical world, so we're going to rush it as quick as we can. There is a desert world here. No doubt they're going to grab that. They have another archaeological dig site under their territory right now, so this is going to be our entire... It's so crazy that we actually came across another Imperial... There's only one other, I think, Imperial Senate in the game, and that's them in the galaxy. That's pretty coincidental that we came across them right next to us. So our colony ship is about to touch down here now. I like Patavium, actually. That was kind of a cool name. Let's go with Patavium. Alright. That's our 4th colony is under production. Faction has been founded. A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the Roman Empire, led by scientist Gallus Acilius. They call themselves the Conclave of Traditional Foundations. Their members support spiritualist and conservative values. A disgruntled faction will be a source of trouble, but one that approves of the government's actions could prove useful. Yeah, so that is actually pretty interesting. Let's have a look. Factions, that's our first faction now. And they have empty shells. So allowing for the replacement of organic life with robot workers will displease these guys. So we could change that. I mean, we're not going to get robots anytime soon. So just for now, we're going to say, look, just to appease these guys, we're going to outlaw robotics. 5 years is how the policy, how long it will work for. Sorry about that. So that's no robots, that's good. And then homogeneity. Geneity? I don't know how to say that. Pious minds think alike, and having at least 25% of our population be some form of spiritualist will please the conclave of traditional foundations. That's a tough one. I can't really do anything manually about that. So they're spiritualist. Spiritualist ethos. And we have priests and stuff, so that increases spiritualist ethics attraction. So for now, we'll see how that all pans out, all that shakes out. Once we get the next pop, I'm going to be building more admin offices again. And that's going to increase our admin cap, allowing our Empire Sprawl not to be so heavily over already. Oh shit! They just closed their borders. They just closed their borders. We are both xenophobic after all. But we do share a commonality in terms of the fact that we have senates. We're both authoritarian. We both have that anthropocentrism thing. So there is some commonality, and you never want to necessarily toss your nearby potential ally, you know, just destroy them immediately, because what if there's something bigger out there? They might end up being very useful to us. So let's just think about it that way. So don't rush to those votes, guys. It might be too late for some of you already.
System charted.
So let's throw down some luxury goods on the new colony of Caledonia. We're at 4.23 growth. The growth across the Empire is excellent right now. It's quite low in Terra in Terra itself, man. I really need to bring a drink with these streams or these Let's Plays. Excuse me. Alright, first contact has been made. Another faction has been founded, the Human Preservation Vanguard, under the governor of America's Curtilia, who is the governor of Terra. Let's change that music, it's quite dramatic. So he's been a great governor so far. He's 49 years old, he's anti-crime, which is great, he's righteous. So what kind of faction has he made? A xenophobic ethos, so he doesn't like the other aliens. He's leading the political faction and vouching for the fact that we need to be pushing against other cultures and races like that. He's got way more approval, because it's only 2 out of 3. I don't know what determines the amount of issues they can have. Asserting dominance. Declaring war against one or more Xeno empires will please the Human Preservation Vanguard. They're happy that we haven't joined a federation, and they're happy that we have a emperor who is human. Alright, good. So let me just go over some stuff. I'm kind of neglecting things now as things start to expand. We've finished taking a look at the area around here. I think it's time for Sornatius, our good old anomaly research guy, to start kind of clearing up some of these anomalies and finding out what's going on in these nebulas and find out what was here before. There's like an anomaly in every single system. So if we gather them now, you know, we get more deposits potentially and understand ourselves better. And in the meantime, we need to do everything we can to get to preserve our influence and start pushing out this way. Now, we are currently building here at Procyon. We want to get to Capella and then to Zosma. So we're going to ignore this area for now and push as hard as we can out this way, just to kind of bring our borders up. Regardless if we're going to be friends or not, we're going to get that Zosma system. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this episode. We have encountered the Tyreen Republic. And I'm a little bit worried. They're belligerent right now. That's their current diplomatic stance. That's also worth mentioning. They're currently suspicious, which is standard. Their diplomatic weight is about the equivalent of ours. 172, theirs is 177. It's just that fleet that's kind of bolstering them up. But we're in a much better position in terms of colonies. We already have 3 and 1 on the way. So things are looking good. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.